Well, you know what? One of them's trained and one of them's not.
There's some
Neither
truth
are
to that.
housebroken.
Yeah.
There's some truth
Yeah.
to that.
Except, I think, would you not agree, Melfi? Dave has been through training. How long have you been married? Because Dave listens very good when he goes home.
35 and a half years, Ron.
Right. So, I mean, you've been trained to a large extent. Sit, heel, be quiet.
Especially be quiet. I got that down pat. All right, you want to get down now? Everyone's seen you on the internet now, so you get down there.
Do we have
Okay.
any callers, Ron?
Yeah, do we have any callers, Ron?
Yes, we will get to that. You know, I've had callers just as a side note on my program that give you big applause for your appearances, I guess you'd say, with the commissioners.
Well, today I sang them a song.
No, you did not.
Did you?
I did.
I got a call on that today.
No, you did
actually
not.
I
sing
sang
a
a song.
Can you sing it for us now?
Would you like to hear it?
Yes, like you were. Just let me set this up. You
No
of course,
external
and-
audio.
and-
I want to hear
well,
you
hang
sing
on
it,
a second.
David.
But wait a second, Jim. I want the audience to know. In school, David was a thespian. I just
Yes.
want to make sure I pronounce that right.
What's that guy's name?
And he had a starring part in Hello, Dolly.
Yes, I did.
He played Dolly, if I'm not mistaken.
Ron, what's a thespian?
It's an actor.
Well, I believe it's it might be an actor that
Yeah.
wants to wear a dress.
A thespian? No.
Oh, okay.
Thespian's an actor. Don't listen. To Ron.
Okay, but did you actually play Dolly in Hello, Dolly?
Yes,
believe
I
you were
played one of the waiters in Hello, Dolly.
Dolly. All right. Did you have a speaking and singing part?
I had both. That's correct, and a dancing part.
Oh, we want to see this.
I wanted to. Honest to God, I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to go to New York City and be an actor. And my dad said,
You missed
"Yeah,
your calling.
no." My dad just said, "You're not doing that." Because back then you didn't
That's
go
old
chase your
school.
dream. Yeah,
That's
that was
old school.
That's
You
old
get
school.
a job.
You're gonna go get a job. Okay. What did he do?
He tried to drink my water out of my Stanley cup.
All right. Boy, that dog's trained nice. All right, let me hear the song. One, two.
No.
One,
You
two,
just
three.
can't do that. I got to
Come
set it
on.
up. I'll just sing the
No.
first stanza.
Well, set it up
Okay.
then, set it up.
The name of the song is "The Shipwrecked Board of Elections on a Deserted Island Song," sung to the tune of Gilligan's Island Melody.
I'm scared.
No,
produced- I
you
wrote-
actually sang this in
Yes.
front of the commissioners.
I did. Produced, written, and directed, and brought to you by the Mahoney County taxpayers. I have
Right.
Gino DeFabio as Gilligan.
Mhm.
I have Anthony Trafficani as Skipper, and Carol Remedios Rigetti as the movie star.
Did they
Mhm.
consent to being?
I don't care.
Okay.
Satire.
All right. Mhm.
Satire is the oldest form of political dissent and protest in the history of democracies, and I engaged in it today. I'll just
Like
sing
what?
you the first stanza. You ready?
Oh,
scared.
sing it all. I want
Because no, I'm not going to sing it all. I'm just going to sing you the
sing it
first.
all.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not singing it all. Because I had a millennial interview me from Channel 21. Do you know what she said to me?
What's Gilligan's Island?
Exactly. Okay. So,
All right, but I know what Gilligan's Island is.
all right. So just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a county plight that started back in Youngstown with parking out of sight.
Oh my god.
The board worked in the realty building till spaces disappeared. So off they moved to Treasure Island. An empty store stood clear. Yes, Treasure Island, remember that retail ghost and lights. But then a county bought a prize from 1901 or what? A building built when there were no cars, no traffic, no commute. And somehow now that's where Balex live. Efficient, that's in dispute. I won't sing the rest of it.
Well, come on.
No, I'm doing it. We're gonna take legal
Ron,
calls.
Ron, just for some backdrop on that,
I thought it was really good. Did he write that?
I did.
you know how Frank treats David.
Who?
Yeah.
You know how Frank treats you.
Terribly.
He looked like a
Lovingly?
redheaded
Stepchild.
yeah.
Right.
Frank looks at David. We're sitting in Frank's office. David, you better practice and rehearse that. You better not look at your phone ever when you do this. You better get this
Hey,
right.
I don't.
All over him. Frank
you-
was all over him.
Frank's always all over me, and Frank's not here to defend himself because once again, Frank. And let's take attendance.
Meeting with the client.
No, he's
But,
not meeting with a
But
client.
let me tell you something. Now I'm talking serious for a second here. I thought I didn't see this performance. I got to make sure I look into it. But I thought your performance that you did a week ago or whatever, the last meeting. I thought it was just very well said, very well spoken, very well done.
Thank you.
I mean, I applaud you for it. I can be critical of you when I am, but I got to give you kudos when I think you're fighting the
Yeah,
fights.
I am fighting the fight. I'm trying to get a new building for the Board of Elections, and I use satire
did-
today.
Right. It reminds me of, remember Rush Limbaugh used to use a lot of satire in his
Right.
program.
I use
But,
some satire today.
So how did it make you feel when this young reporter said, "What is
Old.
Gilligan's Island?"
Hold. I told her you sent. She goes, yeah. I go, there's a little app on it called YouTube. Type in Gilligan's Island, and maybe you'll catch the parody I was trying to make of a shipwrecked boat on a deserted island. I just found out this past week, Ron, and I don't want to talk politics. That's not what the show's about. But I just found out within the last 2 weeks that the water at the Board of Elections is not potable, which means our employees cannot drink the water, which means they have to bring in their own water if they want water to drink at work or if they want to brush their teeth after lunch. And I'm even worried now about them washing their hands with water that's clearly contaminated.
So use some hand
Really?
sanitizer.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I want to congratulate Tally on her 5-star review that you were.
Yeah, it
today.
was. She's a rock star.
Oh my goodness.
She's up and coming.
How
I'm
did she get a,
I'm putting a lot into her. I'm expecting big things from her.
Oh my goodness.
So you're either going to rise or you're going to fail. I think she's going to rise.
It's the only thing you can
Really?
do in this place.
I've
That's
been
the only
doing this for about 10 years, but I'm glad now that I'm gonna start my rising.
Yeah. Oh, there
Right,
she
I mean,
goes.
but I mean,
And I have
5
suits older than you, let alone
right,
10 years. But
I mean, that's a nice accomplishment.
It is.
from
It's
a
very nice.
Satisfied
I
client.
listen
Well,
to me.
thank you,
I'm
Ron.
very happy with her, and I think she's doing a bang up job. And I think she's doing a great job. To be quite honest with you.
That might be the nicest thing Dave's ever said to me.
Oh, really, really?
I'm
That's
just
the
joking.
nicest thing I've ever said to
I'm
you.
joking. Thank you, Ron,
I'm
for
a-
the compliment.
I'm going to tell you the nicest thing Dave ever said about you is when he said he was sitting in court and he thought, "Who the heck is that that's going after you were the opposing counsel to
Yeah.
David?" And David said, "This girl's pretty good." And
Well, I said, who does she think she is talking to me that way? Actually,
I'm actually really nice, just not in court.
she's a bit of a tiger.
but that's a huge compliment.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
She is. I'll give her her due.
I appreciate
you
it.
were-
Thank you guys.
You were so impressed with what her opposition on the case that you were on that you thought this is a pretty sharp attorney.
She tried to get me kicked off the case.
Sure did.
I love that move. I love that move.
Well, that,
And he's like,
well,
I've been
that
doing
part-
this.
That part I didn't hear. Really?
Yeah.
I tried to get him kicked off the case. And I remember, I'll never forget this. He calls me and I don't know who he is. And everybody's like, oh, that's Dave Beatrice. You need to get off the case. And I was like, who the heck is Dave Beatrice? I don't
Yeah.
care who he is. So he gave me a call. And he's like, I've been doing this for 39 years. And he's like, how long have you been doing this? And I was like, 9. And then we show up in court and he's like, so I want to negotiate with you. And I said, okay, well, here are my terms. And he said, well, what if we did? I said, it wasn't a negotiation. Were my terms. You're going to agree or we're going to go to trial.
And what happened?
I got all 3 CPOs.
And did you get me kicked off the case?
I didn't get you kicked off
Thank
the
you.
case.
Did you try to get me kicked off the case?
Yes, did
we
no,
litigate me getting kicked off the case?
not you. Actually, it was Mark DeVecchio that I was
Did
trying to
we
get kicked off.
litigate that issue?
We did, but I
And
got my
did
3
you win
CPOs.
that issue? You didn't win that issue, did you?
I didn't win that one.
Thank you very much. All right, Ron, do we have any calls we could take?
I got to give some phone numbers out. And we'll start taking some calls. But that's my favorite Tally story because that's a great compliment when, as an adversary, you say, that's the person I want to work with.
Yeah,
Because,
she was tough.
I
You
mean,
know, I've been
that's,
offered more jobs
I mean,
by opposing counsel than anything.
What?
I've been offered more jobs by opposing counsel than anything. Like I've more than job interviews by opposing counsel. You're probably like my 7th.
Yeah.
And it's just
Oh,
offered me a
it's
job.
nice to know I'm just on a list. That's what I
Yeah, but
am, Ron.
David-
I'm
I
on a list.
accepted yours.
I'm on a
David,
list, Ron.
David, you were the one that she said, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
think about that. The other
Yeah.
6 didn't count.
Can I tell you something, Ron? Not that
Yes.
I don't want to make this political in any way.
Oh God.
Yes.
But when I was handing out the sheets, and it clearly had the 3 county commissioners' pictures there. Gilligan was Gino DeFabio. The skipper was Anthony Trafficani, and the movie star was Carol. And Carol looked up at me and said, "Thanks for making me the movie star." And I said, "Carol, if you think that's a compliment, I'm flabbergasted, but okay, you're welcome. I made you the movie star. There we go."
The movie star was a very attractive one in Gilligan's Island. I
Yeah,
remember the
she was
show.
also not the. Never mind. Let's take some calls,
Now,
Ron.
now here's my thing. Next week, I think you should show up, and you should do it on Hogan's Heroes
Uh-huh.
and make somebody Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing.
No, listen to me.
You know, we'll pick.
There is going to be no next week. We're done playing nice. We're done playing nice.
Hey, listen. I applaud you, really, in all seriousness.
I'm
think
done
what
playing
you're doing
nice
is outstanding.
with the 3-year tour. That was in my song.
Yeah.
3-year
Well, you've
tour,
been battling
a
this for years, just so
3-year
people know.
tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You've
we're
been-
done.
I know.
They bought a building that was built in 1901. Now, what was not around in 1901? Let me think. Oh, I know.
Me.
Automobiles. They bought a building that was built in 1901 when there were no automobiles. And somehow that's where they think is an adequate place to put the most precious thing that people in Mahoney County have, and that's their votes. I don't know.
Right.
Call me old fashioned, call me over
You're
the hill,
old-fashioned.
but
You're over the hill.
yeah, thank you, Ron. But when our employees have to take bottled water to work in 2026 because the water there is not potable, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that, Ron.
There you go. I mean, it's and you want your own separate building, which is something.
Yes,
that
I've
is
done.
needed,
And look,
because
I
people
got.
gotta be
Look,
able to get
I
in and
got all
vote.
my research done. We are done playing nice. Now they're going to
People
come
gotta
into
go,
my
people go
dojo.
there.
Now we're going to play on my terms. We're going to play in my dojo now.
This
I
is
played
how
in
it
their
gets
dojo.
done.
Now it's going to be my dojo. Okay.
Right.
Starting
We've been
I
playing in their dojo a while. Now the board is going to flex.
Right.
Okay.
How many calls,
I
Ron?
just-
We're going to
yeah, I'm
flex
just
because
giving you kudos.
we were set up by the legislature to be a
Right.
separate independent organization
Right.
to make our own
right.
policies and procedures. We have tried for 3 years
Right.
to play nice
Right.
in their dojo.
You got it.
All we
You've
are
done it.
is marred and our faces are beat up. So no more playing in their dojo. They're going to have to come play in our dojo now.
I'm with you 100%, David. All right, Tally. Tally needs to get a little close to that mic somehow, and let's take this call. Our
Let's do it.
first call. You're on the air with our attorneys. Hello, caller.
Hi. I was just wondering, just a general thought of the debt that our country is in and relating that to people's credit card debt. What do they think that we're not talking enough about the debt and what it does to our country and personal finances when our leaders don't talk about it? So the individual person doesn't think much about it.
Well, so
I
here's
think
my
we have
answer.
a debt crisis.
Yeah, here's my answer. This is a legal show, not a political show. It is hard for me to answer that on a strictly legal basis.
But let me ask you, rephrase the question. I think he's saying when people look at, we're not concerned about the debt on a federal level, and they act like that in their personal lives, where that's how I took his question. They run up so much debt.
They get to file
it's gotta be of
bankruptcy.
concern.
Okay, but the government can't file bankruptcy.
They can't do that. It's not allowed.
So look, it's a political problem
Yeah.
seeking a political solution. We are a legal show seeking legal questions and solving legal problems. So, as much
Very
as I'd
good.
love to get in a political debate with this gentleman, I'd like to take a next call and see if someone has a question about some legal questions that we could properly answer. I happen to agree with him. The debt's out of control. That's beyond the purview of this show.
Right,
But
but when
thanks
you
for
talk about
calling in.
individuals,
What?
the individuals declaring bankruptcy,
Okay,
there's
okay.
certain
The
things that you
the,
can't
the
wait to
federal
do.
government.
I'm not talking
Get-
about the federal government. I'm
Well,
talking about individuals.
if individuals are over their head and can't pay their bills, the United States government has created a thing called bankruptcy that gives them a fresh start.
And do you know the number one reason why people declare bankruptcy?
Medical bills.
Boy, I wish I had a bell I could ring for you. I mean, it's amazing.
I
how
was
you
just
could
talking with our
really
producer
Yep.
that about, he's on some medication now The medication cost $30,000. He was charged $115,000 for the medication.
Yep.
The insurance paid $110,000, and the facility that charged it now is going to our producer saying, "Could we have our 5,000?" And the producer might have some few choice words for them. But that's beyond the
How
purview
much-
of this show.
How much?
We're a
was the
legal show,
medication?
Ron.
The
$110,000.
medication runs about
Jesus.
$30,000.
Mhm.
Somehow, look, if you don't think our healthcare system's broke, okay, if you don't, we cannot have. I don't want to talk politics, but I don't want. Look, you cannot make people's health a profit center. It's not working because there's
how-
no incentive to insure people that need your services.
Would you not agree with this, David? I'd just simply ask you this question. Everybody's one major illness away from bankruptcy.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's why we need to solve this problem. We have the best healthcare system in the world. It also happens to be the most expensive healthcare system in the world.
Do we though?
And we're one of the least healthiest nations in the world. So something's out of whack.
I don't think we have the best healthcare.
Yes, we
Yeah.
do have the best healthcare. There is no doubt about it.
Really?
The best healthcare.
I mean,
Look, if you're rich, you it
I guess I should know
really
that.
you could get
My-
the
Person, I just have
no.
a
The
question.
average
Okay.
person cannot do that, Ron. The average person cannot get in their private jet, fly to Cleveland, hire the best doctors, and have a procedure. The average person has to rely on the hospitals that are closest with the doctors that are available.
But some of
I
those
don't-
doctors are really awesome.
Some of those doctors are really awesome. But
Dr.
the point
Reggio.
is, here's all I want to say about it.
Good.
I'm not going to prevent anyone who's wealthy from getting the best care they want. That's their right. They've earned their money. They can go spend it however they want. God bless them. But no one should die in this country because they cannot afford
Afford medicine.
medical care.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That doesn't seem like a system that's sustainable. It doesn't seem like a system that at some point,
Insults like
this
crazy.
feeling of we're going to eat the rich is going to happen, because revolutions are never fought on full stomachs. Revolutions are fought on empty stomachs. I'm just saying that. So this idea that we're going to just keep giving
You got him
tax
started,
breaks
Ron.
to the multi-billionaires and dump everything off onto the average Joe is not sustainable. Now, can we take some
Well,
legal questions, Ron?
Yes, we
Very
can.
well done, but
You're
we
on-
are a legal show, taking
You're on the
legal
air. Hello
questions,
there.
solving legal problems.
Oh,
I
we have
actually I
one.
tried to
But
do
very
it.
well done.
Gentlemen, we have one. Yes, caller. How can we help
Oh.
you?
Hello.
Go
Hello.
ahead, please.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you, sir.
Got a question. What kind of recourse does a person have against that Car Shield company with their advertising? They got like, I don't know, lately 3,000
Who are they?
complaints, and they've only resolved 1,500 of them.
Caller, stand by.
the
Just-
gov-
caller,
the
hang on.
government's
Let me look
Caller.
up
I'm
this
gonna
real
come back.
quick.
All right,
and we'll
I'm gonna
go
come
from
back to
there.
him after the break. Stay tuned. More to come right after that.
What is Car Shield? I've not heard about them. Who is Car Shield? It's an auto warranty. It's an auto warranty company. So I guess what they do is you buy like insurance for your car. Okay, that doesn't seem like a good idea for me. Just gonna throw that out there. I didn't want to make this political, but he kept. What am I supposed to do? Look, Leo, he keep it on. What do I care? No, I don't care.
August Front and Legal Show brought to you by Beatrice Cop on News Radio 570 WKBN. Back with attorney Beatrice and Company tonight. Okay, caller, you were asking about Car Shield, right?
Car Shield.
Okay, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
So Car Shield is an auto warranty company
Mhm.
where you pay them X amount and they're supposed to cover your repairs and everything else.
Right.
Look, here's how insurance companies make profit. Just so you know, they charge more than they pay out.
I feel like we have this conversation.
Okay, and so that's called profit. Now we need insurance, and there is an economy of scales. So if you get enough people in the insurance pool, okay, and you can make money and still get people covered. The problem is that greed sometimes seeps into CEO's calculation, and that should, in a capitalistic society, a CEO's job is to maximize profits for the company. That's that person's job. Okay. So if you're complaining about the car warranty company, whoever their CEO is probably playing near the edges, because that's what his job is. His job is to maximize profit for his investors. And if it helps you, fine. And if it doesn't, fine for them. Okay. Let me give you another example. At one point in this country, Las Vegas used to be very affordable for middle-class people. Now it caters primarily to the upper class because venture capitalists have taken over all the casinos. There's no more buffets or all that other stuff they used to offer. Everything's a bottom line anymore. And as far as, gambling and whatever, that's great. It works for that. Okay. I just don't think everything can be subjected to the capitalistic model, like law enforcement or jails or education. I think, or armies. I think some core functions should be run by the government and should not be profit centers for a corporation. I could back up all my arguments, but once again, this is a legal show. We want to take legal questions. I'm sorry you're having a problem with car warranty. I would call the Ohio Attorney General and see if they can't help you out. Other than that, I don't know what to say. I would never buy a product. Look, you're better off. An insurance company's job. You've seen my commercials. They're not on your side. They're not your good neighbor. Their job is to collect more than they pay out, and the rest is called profit. That's how that system works. So no one should be shocked. They're giving you a hard time. That's what they're trying to do to protect the bottom line. Okay?
I say that 10 times a day to clients that, listen, if they treated people fairly, you wouldn't be here talking to me right now.
Right.
We wouldn't be in business.
Right. I mean, we
It's just
fight
that-
insurance companies all the time. I know their business model.
All the time.
We fight banks all the time. I know their business model.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, in capitalism, I'm not against capitalism, but you just can't, go woohoo, run wild. Because when capitalism, without any guardrails, runs wild, people get run over and taken advantage of.
Our job, we are the great equalizer.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have something that keeps them in check. A legal system and laws keeps them in check. I mean, Ford at one time made a decision. Well, we know we have exploding gas tanks. I think it's cheaper for us to pay the lawsuits
Mhm.
than to recall
Fix
the
the problem.
cars and fix it.
Yep.
And some lawyer took them to court and they got spanked hard as they should have because they put profits over people.
Mhm.
That's when capitalism rock. And there's always that tug and pull. Okay. I just want to know something. How much is enough? Because a guy making 50,000 a year, if a person making 50,000 a year goes up to making 80,000 a year, that's life changing. Someone making 50 million a year going up to 80 million a year, their life really doesn't change that much.
It doesn't.
And I'm not trying to sound like a socialist or a communist, but how much is enough? Seriously, how much is enough? I mean, you have one person on this earth that's going to be a trillionaire. a trillionaire. Do you know how much money that is, Ron?
But Dave, I worked long and hard for that. I just want you to know.
Look, I understand that. I have no problem with people making gross amounts of money. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is when they cut the taxes and it ultimately falls back onto the middle and lower class. Okay.
There you go.
This idea that we're going to cut the property tax, where are they going to then go for the money? You know where they're going to go for the money, Ron? They're going to raise your sales tax. Okay. And well, not necessarily the income tax. They're going to raise your sales tax. Okay. And so when you raise your sales tax, who ultimately pays that? People that buy a lot of
The
things.
consumer.
The consumer. So if you own a $20 million home, you are not consuming gross amounts more than a person that owns a $200,000 home. But yet the person with the $200,000 home is not going to get the same benefit from the no tax on property as the person with the $200 million home. So there's always this tug and pull, And look, it's not something new. We've been doing this as a country for a long time. All right.
There
Let
you
me
go.
say something else. So just so everyone knows, tariffs are tax on consumers. If I hear one more time that foreign countries pay that, they do not. That is not an accurate statement. So let's take some legal calls.
You know, that was my nickname in high school, incidentally, David. Did you
What
know
was
that?
it? What was it? What was your nickname, Ron?
The
Tug
tax
and
man.
pull. Tug and pull.
Tug and-
Oh my gosh.
Ron.
There is a lady here.
Listen,
Come on, we
Tally,
have a lady here.
Tally, he's been inappropriate. You have no idea the guests he used to have on his show. I'll tell you afterwards, okay?
You're on
He
here,
he
caller.
he, he
have
had
a
no
caller.
filter. Go ahead, caller.
You would think that the legal firm would, at least get her earplugs for the EPA and all that. But this question is for Dave, all right?
Dave.
AKA the skipper.
The
Okay.
skipper.
Right.
Yeah. No, Dave wasn't the skipper.
I wasn't the skipper.
Who are you then, Dave?
I'm one of the 4 independent board members.
No, I mean in the Gilligan thing, he thought if
Oh.
one was a skipper and one was.
I'm the professor. How about that?
He's a professor. Okay.
Go ahead, caller. You want to try to box me in? Let's go. Have at it.
So anyhow, my question is, Ginger or Marianne?
What about it?
Which one's hotter? He's saying.
Come on, that's Come on,
Well,
Gilligan.
Ginger is probably more attractive than Marianne.
He's married, so he's got to be careful with his words, caller.
Yeah, but
Pam,
what
no
does that what does that
disrespect.
matter to the story? The whole analogy of it is that we need a new building at the Board of Elections. We are a shipwrecked boat on a deserted island where our
Just asking who you
employees
find more attractive.
Yeah, but
That's all.
the caller
well,
was
I
just
think that's
trying to-
misogynistic. Who's more attractive? What difference does that have to make with the underlying story, or
Well,
whether or
everybody
not
brought
we
up
have an
Gilligan's
adequate
Island.
place for voting? That has nothing to do with the story.
You gave it a Gilligan spin. He just wants to
Dave,
get in
I
your brain.
appreciate your concern for the building. I'm against the building also, and I just try to add some levity to your.
I appreciate that. I'm just so I'm so frustrated that our employees work in a building where they can't drink the water in 2026. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
think of that as the people that are protecting your votes can't drink the water in a building they work in. Am I the only one that thinks that's absurd?
no, definitely not.
I don't know. Do you really need to drink water?
No,
I mean,
you don't need to drink
Ron's a
water
camel.
or
Don't
eat.
they
Just,
have like a pop machine or something?
yeah, there you go. They could just drink Dr.
Alright.
Pepper all day. There we go.
Problem solved.
I think Dave he drinks the aged water, like 2024 water.
Oh, the
Yeah.
H water.
Yeah.
Yes. In the bourbon
Yeah,
barrel.
you don't want to drink 2026.
No,
water.
I may indulge
No,
in
but
yeah, I may
Fire water.
fire water.
Yeah.
And distilled
Alright.
spirits.
Yes.
Oh,
I
jeez.
gotta go.
I gotta go. I gotta go. I love that song. I gotta go.
Who do you think's hotter? All right, you're on.
Oh,
We're
gosh.
really off the rails
Opportunities
tonight. We're really
Hello,
off the
caller.
rails.
Yeah, this is a legal-ish question.
Thank God.
Are there
Are there any townships in any county in the state of Ohio whose revenue is generated from only property tax?
Yeah, the vast majority, like in Austintown, comes from your property tax.
Okay, but only your property tax and nothing else.
Well,
Oh,
let me,
that's
let, well, no,
police
wait. Let me give him a little bit of a history lesson. Okay.
We're in school.
We used to have in Ohio a thing called an estate tax. Now, if you go look at Boardman Township, the Boardman Township Administration Building was built off of the estate tax of Marie DeBartolo, God rest her soul's estate. We have now erased the estate tax in the state of Ohio. The townships, the villages, little municipalities, they would rely on that estate tax money to help fund their police departments, their fire departments, and other things. That revenue stream is now kaput. That is why in every election, you are being asked to vote on levies for police, fire, and everything else. They're trying to starve the government. I'm sorry, call me a liberal. I don't think we pay teachers enough. I don't think we pay police officers enough. And I don't think we pay fire people enough. Okay? But call me old-fashioned on that.
It's very inclusive.
Okay?
Old-fashioned.
I'm not a person. When I go to work, I put on a tie and I try to button my suit. You know, it might be a little tight. Okay?
I try to button my suit.
But most police
Now, what
officers,
about your pants?
most
What are your
they're a
pants
little tight. Most police officers put on a bulletproof vest. Okay? I think those people should be adequately compensated. I'm sorry. If you're asking someone to die for you, then I think they should be adequately compensated. If we are entrusting the future of our country to people that are supposed to educate them, they should be adequately compensated. Okay? This idea that we're going to privatize education is going to lead to a disaster in this country.
Dave Beatrice, presidential candidate.
No, it's just common sense. I'm not one of these lefty lunatics, but at
You
the same
lunatic, you
time,
lefty lunatic, you.
at the same time, there are certain things that the government should do, like run an army, run the jails, have a police department, have a road department, because if you make those profit centers, there's no profit in putting down 3 inches of blacktop, okay, when you can put down 2 inches of blacktop.
Well, there are private prisons, are there not?
unless you were the mob in Mahoney County back in the 90s. Okay.
But we do have, Dave, we do have private prisons, do we not?
We do. And I'm not in favor of them because, believe it or not, in the home of the free and the land of the brave or whatever, however that goes, we incarcerate more people than any other country in the world.
You know what's in the news every single week? The
What?
private prison in Youngstown.
Yeah.
Another stabbing, another death. I mean, it's a staple on WFMJ
Yeah.
every week.
Yep.
I can't tell you how many clients we've gotten out of that prison. Okay. But you look at Jerry Green's prison.
Then, now that you've clarified that, and thank you for the history lesson. I've been schooled.
Yeah.
So my question then, follow-up would be, if, and it will probably be a miracle, they abolish property tax in Ohio, that every single township whose 100% of their revenue comes from property tax, what are they going to do? Every service they have is going to completely shut down? Is that the bottom line?
Well, I don't know. Look, I understand that people don't want to pay property tax. I get it. But do you want to have a police department or not? Do you want to go back to just vigilante justice where we have private security companies? Because here's the bottom line. If you're very wealthy, you can hire people to protect you. If you're average Joe, you got to rely on the police department, the fire department, the road department to clean your roads. Your house catches on fire or you need EMS services. You need to be able to call the Boardman Township Fire Department to come help you. If you don't have money for that, what is the ultimate result of that? Crime will run rapid?
Anarchy.
Slower police responses? I don't know. I don't know what the end of that tunnel looks like. Okay, it's really easy to.
But Dave, listen to what you're saying. The end result is going to be in a short amount of time. None of those services will exist if 100% of their revenue comes from property tax and the property tax is abolished, right?
Well, they're going to find another place to supplant that revenue. And I'm going to tell you where they're going to get it from. Income tax and sales tax.
Sales tax. Yep.
Yep.
There you got
Okay.
it.
And if you are a person that owns a $50,000 home with 4 children,
I think he hung up.
and you are a person that owns a $3 million home, who, you know, it's you and your 4 children, the guy with the $3 million home is actually getting a huge tax break.
I'm just
That's-
thinking in my house, the amount of paper products I go through on a weekly basis
Yeah.
is insane.
So if they
More
cut all
money,
these
you have a
property
newborn.
taxes,
Yeah.
the only place left to
diapers.
go is a sales tax.
Yeah.
I don't know where or the caller's correct. We won't have these services.
No,
But-
I'm more concerned about Melfi with all these paper products. Do you eat a lot of Chipotle?
He has young children.
He loves Chipotle.
I have 2 in diapers, but I will say this.
Yeah.
Kylie's mom coupons diapers for me. So I grease her, say she gets me a big box for 17. I'll grease her some extra. Diapers are what?
They're
They're about
expensive.
$60 per box at Sam's Club.
I haven't bought diapers in a long time.
Well,
They're
you're gonna
Well, I
start
have a
soon.
feeling. Oh, I walked right into
You
that
walked
one.
right
Ron.
into that, David.
I walked right into
Yeah.
that one, Ron.
Yeah, well, we're
Won't
sure
be
you're gonna
long.
buying diapers again.
Yeah, thanks.
You're on
In
here
short
with our
order.
attorneys. You're on here with our attorneys. Hello there.
Ron,
Yes, go ahead, please.
hey, you guys are talking there about that sales tax and the property tax. To me, the sales tax is a hell of a lot more equitable than a property tax.
Based on what do you?
People don't pay property taxes
Yeah.
out here.
No, it's not.
Okay?
It's not.
To me,
It's
they
it,
gotta
it,
do
that's
away
just
with that crap.
that is
You know,
just
my
not accurate.
property taxes are coming in. Wait a minute now, Ron, there. I'm trying to talk. Anyhow, my property taxes just got raised by almost $1,000 this year. And I'm in Columbiana County, one of the lowest ones around. You know, now that's not equitable when you got people out there that don't pay a blasted thing. Okay, sales tax is a lot more equitable. than
It's
what,
regressive.
the property
Sales
tax
tax is regressive.
Come live in
Now,
my
it's
shoes
up
for a
to-
couple
it's up to
weeks.
Everybody else to figure
All
out.
right.
Okay.
Well,
Can I ask
fine.
you? Can I just throw this out
I-
there, Ron?
Yeah,
We've gotten
yeah.
off onto this tangent. I don't know why. I want to know how many people out there think that a guy who's a multi-billionaire with a felony conviction, the state of Ohio took $600 million of taxpayer dollars to help him build a stadium. If anyone thinks that that's not welfare, that that's not a form of corporate welfare, but you're going to complain about some family that's trying to feed their children, that somehow they're terrible, but the multi-billionaire who gets $600 million, that's somehow equitable, then I have a problem with you. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? We shouldn't be subsidizing for-profit companies that making multi-billion dollars of profit a year, like our oil companies. Do you know how much
No.
money the federal government subsidizes the oil companies in a year? You have no idea, Ron. Because if I
mean
told
don't
you,
want a-
you'd be
you don't want a
disgusted.
dome stadium? I mean, you don't want a dome stadium?
Yeah, I want a dome stadium. How
For
about
free,
you?
sure.
How about you build it, and I'll go there and overpay for hot dogs and beer and everything else. But if you're going to use taxpayer dollars for it, and I still got to go pay for the overpriced products, I might have a bit of a problem with it. I don't know. Call me old fashioned.
How about cheap? Can I call you cheap?
Yeah, I'm cheap. There you go. It's just that it's to the point. You know, I've been season ticket holder for the Browns since 1999. I got the new brochure, and I'm like, how is a family, like a middle class family, how is a guy going to take his kids to a game? It's not affordable.
Is it that
It's
expensive?
oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Credit card debt.
It's just ridiculous, Ron. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, how much is enough? At some
Right.
point, you got to ask yourself, how much is enough? How much is enough? I'm not trying to be a socialist or communist, but there's the other side of the equation. We are subsidizing multi-billionaires. That's corporate welfare. I don't hear the same outrage for corporate welfare as I hear for a poor African American woman or another minority who's getting food stamps. Somehow they're a drag on the system. But the guy that gets $600 million from the state and doesn't have to pay it back, that's not a drag on the system. Is that what everyone's telling me? Because if they are, red is black and black is red and up is down and down is up.
And
There
you
we
can-
go.
And you can no longer park your boat for the Browns games.
And I can no longer park my boat for the Browns games
That's the
because then I'd have to take a $50 Uber to go to the stadium.
that's the straw that really broke the camel's back with the
Right.
Browns moving. David's done.
Are your season's tickets anywhere near the 50-yard line?
No, I have great season tickets. I've had them since 1999.
They are great seats.
They are great
They are
seats.
great seats.
Did you?
I didn't get to go. Someone took my tickets.
I have one rule for Browns games, and
What's that?
one are seats. The seats are low, so you're not in Cleveland Brown Stadium's built straight up in the air. It's
Yeah.
the most poorly designed stadium. They're nice and low and early. I want to go in September and October, and I want to sit low, and it's a good time.
Right. It
I
is a
think we
good
should
time.
do Guardians seasons tickets.
Those are very expensive.
Well,
Do you
remember-
realize how more expensive basketball tickets are than football tickets?
that would be the Cavaliers?
Yeah, I
was talking
understand that.
About baseball.
This same thing. Those are now
Guess we got to work harder than Dave.
the Guardians, okay, they still have good specials during the summer, during the weekdays, where an average guy could take his kids to a baseball game.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's getting to a point anymore where it's outlandish.
Everything is
Browns
expensive these
games,
days.
if you're bringing forward,
And this NIL thing, it's like we're not paying for name, image, and likeness. We're paying for people to play for college sports. There are some players in college sports that are making more than professional athletes. They're not paying for their name, image, and likeness. They're actually paying them to play.
well, how much revenue do they generate for those schools in the NCAA?
I-
Now, this is where we're going to diverge.
No, because you know what? It's going to starve the other programs. They're going to suck up the money. You think it's going to stop at where it's at now? In 5 years, if we don't regulate that, it's going to be outlandish.
I feel bad for Ron. Do we have any callers? We kind of forgot about you.
Okay, you're on the air.
Hey, David. My neighbor has
Go ahead.
You're on the air.
His neighbor, you cut that guy off, Ron.
I know. You're on the air.
Hello.
Yes.
Go ahead, old timer. What's your question?
Ron, you really
I
can't be
never
calling
read.
anyone
Is that
old timer
me?
anymore. But go ahead, caller.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. I have two things that I'd like to bring up, and I don't listen to your program near as much as I did. I used to listen all the time, and I've called in a half a dozen years ago, maybe once or twice.
Well, this is
And
the
every
legal.
now and then-
This is the
and
legal
every
show.
now
You're calling
Okay,
the
and
legal
every-
show.
every now and then you hit a nerve on something, and this is a real nerve with me. This property tax.
All
The
right.
first thing, if you and I were to lose our job, or you were to take I'm retired, that if you were to lose your job, and let's say you made $50,000 a year or $100,000 a year, and if your next job was $75,000, you would adjust. Okay, that's the first thing. These people that constantly want levies and the taxes that come off the houses, they can't adjust, and that's the first thing. The second thing, and maybe somebody has already said this on the program, but my feeling is about this tax. If right away our governors, even when this thing is even just thought about, he's coming up and he's saying, "Oh, we're going to have to raise it. We're going to have to raise the taxes to 20%. Our sales tax to 20. That's the only way we're going to recoup." My feeling about that is we have people that do not own homes, and they vote everything in. When they go to the polls, they
All right.
vote everything.
I got a break here.
The
Good day.
Oh,
We could spend hours on that, but people
Right.
that rent do pay a tax because that tax that the landlord pays is passed on to them. Ron, tomorrow morning on WFMJ Today, I'm going to be talking about mistrials when they're granted, because we just had a big murder trial here in Mahoning County, get a mistrial. So if you want to know about that, join me tomorrow, 6:40 a.m. on WFMJ. Ron, good talking to you, and we'll go from there.
All right.
We have 3 minutes still?
Yeah.
Well, Ron acted like we were winding up.
No,
Dave is
I didn't
on
act
it.
like that at all. I mean, I felt like you were giving me the shoe. You're on the air. Hello, caller.
Hey, yes, hey, David, thank you. I think you're doing a good job getting the word out. We're all in favor of tax reform, but these people want to blow it up without a remedy. So, Dave, thanks for talking sense to the listeners. We're all for it, but there's no. free
Yeah,
lunch.
no one likes
Keep it
paying
up, Dave.
taxes. I don't like paying taxes. Nobody likes paying taxes. But at the same time, I like to be able to have a police officer on the other end of the line if I need one. I'd like to have my roads cleaned when it snows. I'd like to have potholes filled when the weather breaks.
Nobody's saying be wasteful. Just
Yeah.
be reasonable.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
All right, he's done. He's
You got me all
It's the
fired
one
up
and
now,
only.
Ron.
I know.
I don't
Ron,
like
he's
when
gonna
you
stay
give
up
me,
past
you
his
see, you
bedtime.
wound me
Yep.
up past my bedtime. Okay, I got my dog here. He's tired. Okay, and now I got to go home and play with him. So
He has
all
a
your
really rough
fault.
life.
All right.
Hard
Tally,
rough.
thank you. James,
Of
thank
course. Thank you
David,
so
as
much, Ron.
Thanks,
always.
Ron.
you. He makes it. David makes it all interesting.
Yeah, we
Thank
do.
You, David.
All right, we'll see
Kingmaker
you.
for a reason.
There you go. The great one, Attorney David Beatrice on News Radio.
All right, are we off?
570
Are we off?
WBN. The Legal Show and more. Thank you, David. Back with your call.